Hey fishers, look, we've got a reasonable amount of activity around us. Things are starting to shape up as far as longer daylight hours, starting to get a little bit warmer. Water temperatures are sneaking up a little bit. Same goes for the Murrumbidgee River, starting to sneak up a little bit. It's one of our hotspots at the moment as far as, look, it's sitting at 1.7 metres. It's easy to get your boat in. Don't forget, cod season and Murray Cray season's closed now. But just keep an eye on it. When I say a hotspot, this is the time when the yellows start to concentrate and start to move in the river, and also in Old Man Creek. Probably a little bit early, might be another week or two, but unless you're out there fishing, you're not going to find out. So I would very strongly recommend you go and put a bit of time in out there. Small lures, very small lures. If you're going to use spinnerbaits, little 1/4 ounce, 1/2 ounce spinnerbaits, willow leaf blades, very small blades, they'll cover the options exceptionally well. Work on areas where the water's concentrated in little fast flows. There's some backwaters around that fast flow situation. You've got overhanging trees, willows and that sort of thing. Old Man Creek in particular seems to respond quite well in these areas. They will be getting some good fish down there very shortly, I can assure you of that. Got a couple of reports from Maso down Albury. He tells me that Dartmouth, pretty average at the moment. 1 to 2 fish for the weekend or a day. That seems to be pulling it up. It's not really firing. Where I'm getting a bit excited about is the Hume Weir. It's really starting to kick in. Not firing by any means, but each week it gets better and better. It seems to be showing signs of improvement. Some of the trout coming out of there, a small one at the moment, seems to be about 60 centimetres, 62, 65 in that area. Must admit there was a couple of 30s, 35s come out last week, or through the week, should I say, which Maso was telling me about. But most of them are getting caught trolling. They're also getting a few redfin amongst them, and they're starting to get a few yellow belly. Not a lot, just the odd few here and there. So that looks real good. The river below, a few yellows getting caught just down below the Hume Weir in the river. There won't be a lot of people fishing Mulwala over the next couple of months, I would assume. But in saying all that, don't overlook it because it does produce good yellows at times. So just keep that in mind. It's certainly worth a bit of a nosy there. Downsize your lures dramatically and you'll be surprised what you'll come up with there. It could be good. Like I say, Murrumbidgee River, good, looking very promising. Blowering Dam, don't forget, it's open all year round, no cod closure there. And there is some good cod coming out of Blowering. Starting to get a lot of reports that off the bank with bait, yabbies in particular, barty grubs, but big yabbies seem to be, or medium-sized yabbies seem to be better than anything because it's pretty consistent. And the yellows are just starting to move there too. If you're going to chase yellows up at Blowering, any of the rocky points, grassy points at the moment, definitely worth a go. Yakamito vibes, cannot beat those things, absolutely fantastic. ZX40 is certainly worth a go. Anything of that nature. If you need that subtle approach, try a soft plastic Lunker City grub tail or a paddle tail. They'll do the job real well in those smaller end of the scale. Very light jig heads, nice slow sink, slow roll, that sort of thing. You should get some good results out of that. Not long before the trout season though opens up in the streams. Victoria's already open. Last weekend wasn't too bad. Had a little bit of rain just before the weekend, coloured the streams up a bit. They still fished okay. Depending on how much rain they get in the next day or so, will depend on what happens this weekend, but they're all primed to go. We're getting October long weekend, we're getting our New South Wales streams open up, and it should be fantastic. I'm still getting great reports from Yukonbean, Tentangara and Jindabyne. Fishing off the bank of scrubworms and powerbait, basically unbeatable at the moment. There is a lot of fish getting caught. You'll get plenty trolling too, but nothing better than going up there, sitting on the bank, get a fire going, pop a bait out and catch plenty of trout. A lot of people getting their bag limits on that situation. Wangler Dam, yellows will be starting to move now. Not a lot, but they're getting the odd few. Off the bank with bait's not too bad. Again, downsize your lures dramatically and you'll be surprised, especially, again, the Yakamito Rapid Vibe. Pretty hard to beat in that situation as well. But if I was going to use a spinnerbait, little 1/4 ounce or 1/2 ounce, little Icon Carnage, that'll do the job perfectly. Burrinjuck, haven't got a lot of good reports out of Burrinjuck, but that's not to say it won't fire up very soon. Now, most of our lakes are coming up a little bit, or at least stable, and I think you'll find as soon as that water temperature sneaks up over the next week or 2 or 3, if we can get a good solid week of warm weather, absolutely fire. This is the Compleat Angler's Fishing Report for this week. We'll catch you next week.